Welcome to TWOW 16A. I'm not a slave to your instructions. Intro by Tantasar.
Also, did you actually use Childhood Memories of Winter as the startup noise? I'm honestly impressed.
Here's some cool TWOW 16A fan art. Including these amazing TWOW books, if they were real. They're by Joe Howard, who I think is also Joseph Howard in TWOW, so good job.
And then, this isn't exactly fan art, but some people created a Discord server for the Church of Huangism, where they're worshipping me. I'm flattered by your devotion, but at the same time, I feel unprepared. What do I do as the god of the Huangiverse? Do I have to write commandments at some point?
Anyway, I'm tired of the mind-numbingly long TWOW videos, so let's go super fast this time. Confessionals. Crafty7 said, OMGT. Oh my green tree, get it? He's a god? Thanks for 3rd place. Hopefully I'll get one of those double response prizes one day. I've been one spot away from getting it twice now. Good luck to all my fellow 11 TWOWers. In 16B, we shall see who the glorious top 10 will be.
Green Tree probably says, I will destroy the MST Alliance. Watch out, Mr. Midnight Mike Spicy Midjantak. Also, Green Tree, Green Tree, Green Tree, Green Tree, Green Tree. Gotta get those mentions, and I have just effectively destroyed your attempt.
To the person who submitted that confessional, mentions have to be earned, not cheated in this terribly deplorable, more horrible way. You see, because Sumner the Pie Guy voiced that line instead of me, it doesn't count for any mentions.
Joseph Howard didn't have a confessional, so we'll move on to Mr. Tweester, whose book was revamped by Hazel Cricket. Mr. Tweester's confessional was this. I made the Dangerous Dozen as an Olympic Games roster. He also had this older confessional.
Midnight Light said this. Yay, Final 12 hype! Good luck to you all, but you'll never beat TMM and me because Brit power. But seriously, best of luck. That reminds me, if I recall correctly, this is the country breakdown of the remaining TWOWers, which means that the once American majority now constitutes a measly 3rd. Mike Ramsey said, Carrie, I just complain a lot. You don't have to cater to everyone. You do a fine job. Aw, thank you. Mike Ramsey gets a 50% boost. I will not stand for these ridiculous requests. Just for saying that, you'll get a minus 50% penalty. You can absolve this punishment by saying the magic word. Ping Pong Cup Shots? I'm not gonna look up how to say these words, but you said Flocanaukinihili Pilification, Worcestershire, Anemone, Otorhinolaryngologist, Rural, Entrepreneur, Remuneration, Chthonic, Xenodokianology, Zenzizenzizenzik. You do know I don't have a word limit on confessionals anymore, right? Anyway, Corby King said, You seem to have forgotten, Carrie. I play euchre. Your hoodoo voodoo magic can't break through my bowers. Do I have to remind you? I'm not the one who's placing the efficiency curses on you. You do it to yourself. Also, TWOW is not voodoo magic, it's science. So you know how in English the S's are often silent? I think you mean is. Shh! Well, this is PickyMan33, who wants me to call him Spicy. Pickyman showed off his Barry Scott pride, and his confessional had 2 parts. Part 1 was, this confessional is sponsored by #JusticeForPenn. Penn should be in BFDIA. He's much different from the snow array blocky crowd. Join the #JusticeForPenn group today. And the second part was this. I feel like I'm being manipulated for showing this to you, but it is Spicy's birthday
the day before yesterday,
so I'll let it slide, just like spicy food down someone's throat. So happy birthday to you. Tak Ashnan said, Hi, I'm Carrie, and Tak Ashnan is the opposite of an efficiency champion. In many ways, that is true.
But are you just trying to get the opposite of an efficiency curse placed on you?
The Mighty Midge said, Wow, I never expected to get this far. Thank you to everyone who has voted and given me encouragement to carry on. Also, it's myself and Midnight Light repping it for the Brits. Hope to see more in Season 2. Hey, I'm sensing a mighty Midnight Alliance. If either of them were to be eliminated, then we'd experience our own Brexit, wouldn't we? Finally, Yasoan said, It's crazy to make it this far, and I want to thank everyone who has wished me well. It'll take every ounce of strategy, intellect, and luck I have to pull this out, but this is a game I'm ready to play. Let's roll the dice. And there's the dice. Coolio, right? And thanks for not using your confessional for ulterior motives, like many others. God. Anyway, that's it for confessionals. Actually, not yet! Somebody who was eliminated in TWOW 15B just sent their elimination speech recording. Now I hand the mic over to the one and only Pie Guy, who just so happens to also be a nerd.
I've finally been eliminated. It's been a really nice run, and TWOW has been an amazing experience for me, and I really appreciate all of the support I've received. One of the living TWOWers, I would really appreciate it if you use my glasses in your customization. So just, I guess, it's a legacy thing I'd appreciate. To Midnight, Green Tree, and Spicy Man, I'm rooting for you three. I hope you guys win. I've rambled for a bit too long now, I guess, so once again, thank you. This is Nerd, signing off.
That was nice, SNTPG.
On to TWOW voting. So, all 12 remaining TWOWers in total submitted 14 entries to fill the voice bubbles of this comic strip, in which Orange Carrie, that's me, and Yellow Carrie are arguing over who is smarter. Voters, you should read these voice bubbles as a continuous conversation between the two characters. If you see an entry that responds really well to the previous entry, you should rank it high. You know, clever comebacks, dynamic defenses, and brutal burns. But if you see a response that doesn't really make sense in the context it's in, then rank it low.
Remember, you viewers can vote whether you're a contestant or not by commenting on this video. So how do you vote? Pause the video at a random spot in the green rectangle. Type the keyword you see in the upper right, space. Rank the entries from best to worst using these letters. Surround it with square brackets. Done. You can comment other stuff too, and you can vote more than once.
You can vote up until
July 10, 2016 at 10 PM UTC.
Remember, this time, only the first 10 votes you cast will count, so don't vote any more than that. Also, voters, remember that when our precious TWOWglers submitted their entries, they had no idea who they'd be responding to, or even which side they're arguing for. For Joseph Howard and Mr. Twister, only the better of their two responses will count. The top two scoring TWOWers will get a double response prize for next time, and the bottom two will be eliminated. That's all I've got to say, so with just 3 more seconds of ado, here are the TWOW 16 responses.
Okay, so while the voting images are flashing by, I thought I'd play this TWOW song that former TWOWer Dancing FB18 created. Here we go! By the way, the results for which TWOW prompt the living TWOWers voted to do again in TWOW 17 will be revealed in TWOW 16B, not now.
See you in TWOW 16B when we'll finally see 10 Words of Wisdom's final 10.